Hello guys, welcome to Math with Ms. Rodriguez, and today we're going to talk about circles. Let's do this. Like many interesting shapes, circles are everywhere we look. For example, transportation, points, food, and even our planet Earth is a circle. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to parts of a circle and how to find the circumference of a circle given the diameter or the radius. So let's begin with the definition of a circle. So a circle is a round two-dimensional shape that is made up of a set of points in a plane that are the same distance from the center of the circle. So here we have a circle and we have the center. So if I connect the center to any point on the circle, like this, or this, I created two lines that have the same distance because they're going from the center to any point on the circle. So it doesn't matter which point you choose on a circle, you're always going to have the same distance from the center. Okay, so now that we know the definition of a circle, let's look into three basic parts of the circle. So first we have the radius. The radius is a line segment that goes from the center of the circle to any point on the circle. So this blue line that we have here represents the radius. The radius is a line segment that goes from the center to any point on the circle. And we use a small r to represent the radius. Also, the radius is half of the diameter. Next comes the diameter. The diameter is a line segment that goes across and through the center of the circle. So this line, this red line that we have here, is our diameter. It goes across the circle and through the center. And we use a small d to represent the diameter. Also, the diameter is twice the radius. So if we have the radius, the diameter will be twice the length of this. So we have r plus r, which is g is equal to 2 times r. So for example, if we have a radius of 5, how much is our diameter? So we know that our radius is 5 centimeters. So how can we find our diameter? We're just going to plug in the 5 with the r. So r is equal to 5 centimeters. Right? So then we have, this is equal to 2 times 5 is equal to 10 centimeters. So our diameter is 10 centimeters. On the other hand, if we have a circle with a diameter of 20 centimeters, what's a radius? So we know that radius is half of the diameter. So then this is going to be half times 20 centimeters. So that's equal to 20 over 2. So then our final answer will be 10 centimeters as well. Let me write that down here. So we have 10 centimeters. So our radius will be 10 centimeters. Lastly, we have the circumference. The circumference is the distance around the circle. So we follow these blue arrows here. This represents the distance around the circle. And we use an uppercase C to represent the circumference of a circle. So now that we know the basic parts of the circle, let's look into finding the circumference of a circle. But before, let's learn more about pi. So what in the world is pi? So pi is the ratio of the circumference divided by the diameter. Circumference over diameter. And we use the Greek symbol, this symbol here, to represent pi. So that Friday, before we left school, we did an activity where we have to measure different circular objects, and we had to divide by its diameter. And we noticed that most of the answers were equal to 3.14 or close to 3.14. And that's the value of pi. So pi is approximately equal to 3.14. Okay, so now that we know the value of pi, which is 3.14, we're going to look at two different equations that can help us find the circumference of a circle. So first we have circumference is equal to pi times diameter, or C is equal to pi times D. And we also have circumference equal to 2 times pi times radius, or c is equal to 2 times pi times radius. So we can use any of these two formulas to find the circumference of a circle. So now that we look into our two formulas to find the circumference of a circle, let's put them into action. So let's do some examples. So here we have the first example. It says you walk around a circle which has a diameter of 30 centimeters. How far have you walked? So we want to know the distance that you walked. And they're giving us the diameter. So we have our diameter. So we have our diameter, which is 30 centimeters. 30 centimeters is our diameter. So which formula can we use? So let's go back into our two formulas that we have. And we have c is equal to pi times d, and c is equal to 2 times pi times r. So they're giving us the diameter, so we're going to use c is equal to pi times d. So our formula is c is equal to pi times d. So that's our formula. That's our first step. So we're going to write down our formula. Okay, so our second step is to plug in the values that we know. So we know that pi is equal to 3.14, and we know that d is equal to 30 centimeters. So then our formula is going to look like this. C is equal to C is equal to 3.14 times our diameter, which is 30 centimeters. And then we're going to solve. So we're going to multiply 3.14 times 30. So let's do this on this side. So we have 3.14 times 30. So we have 0, 0, 0. We have 4, 3 times. We have 12. 3 times 4 is 12, and we'll carry out the 1. We have 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, and 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 0, 2, 4, 9. And we have 1, 2 decimal places. 1, 2. So our final answer is C. C is equal to 94.2 centimeters. Okay, now let's look into another example. So for this example, we have you walk around a circle which has a radius of 12 centimeters. How far have you walked? So for this example, we're given the radius, which is 12 centimeters. So we're going to use our second formula. So we have C is equal to 2 times pi times r. So we know that pi is equal to 3.14. And we know that r is equal to 12 centimeters. So now we're going to plug in the values that we know into our formula. So now we have C is equal to 2 times 3.14 times 12 times 12 centimeters. Don't forget your units. So then now we have our final answer is going to be C is equal to 2 times 3.14 times 12, 75.36 centimeters. Okay, so now let's do our last example. So for this one, it says if the distance around a circular pool is 56.52 centimeters, what is the diameter and radius of the pool? So here they're giving us C, our circumference, saying that the circumference is 56.52. So the distance around the circle is 56.52. Now we have to find the radius and the diameter. So we have to find the diameter and the radius. So for this one, we can use any of the two formulas that we saw on the last two examples. So for this one, I'm going to use C is equal to pi times D. So what values do we know? So we know that C is equal to 56.52 centimeters. Let me write that again. So we know that C is equal to 56.52 centimeters. From my 26. So we have 56, right? And we know that pi is equal to 3.14. And we're gonna look for our D. We don't know our D. So D is gonna be question mark. So now let's plug in the values that we know into our formula. So then now we have we're gonna have C is 56, so it's gonna be 56.52 centimeters. It's equal to 3.14 times D, because we don't know our D. So how can we leave the D by itself? So since this is multiplication, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to divide by 3.14. Right? So this cancels. And now do the same thing on the other side. Right? So now we do 56.52 divided by 3.14. Our final answer is D is equal to 18 centimeters. So on this side, we only have our D by itself. And then if we do the division, we're going to get 18 centimeters. So we know the diameter is 18 centimeters. But what about the radius? So if you remember, at the beginning, we said that the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. And we also said that the radius is equal to half of the diameter. So if the diameter is 18 centimeters, so what's the radius? So radius is half of the diameter. So then R is equal to half of 18. So that's equal to 18 over 2. Don't forget units. So 18 centimeters. So then R is equal to 9 centimeters. Okay, so finally let's do a recap of what we learned today. So today we learned about circles. So we learned about 3 basic parts of a circle, which is the circumference, which is the distance around the circle, a radius, which is the line segment that goes from the center to any point on the circle, and the diameter, a line segment that goes across the circle to the center. We also learned how to find the circumference of a circle using 2 formulas. So we have C is equal to pi times D, or we have C is equal to 2 times pi times R. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time, and stay safe.